excited to share with you guys something new that's on the bus. So, real quick, in case you don't know who I am and this is your first time seeing the channel and my videos, I have been full-time traveling for a little over 4 years now. About 4.5 years now. And I started out traveling in Jeeps, Jeep Wranglers. I was traveling in Jeep Wranglers for 3.5 years. And well, I sold one of the Jeeps. I still have one of my Jeeps. I just have it stored right now. And I've been traveling in this bus for about 5 months now. And I'm full time. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I was in the Jeep, I wanted to be able to go out in the middle of nature and set up camp and not have to worry about going into town and restocking up on anything, on food, water, any of that stuff for at least 2 weeks. And I know 2 weeks isn't that long, but I was in a Jeep. I was in a vehicle, so I didn't have that much storage. I didn't have that much space for water. I didn't have that much space for food. So 2 weeks was the limit with the Jeeps, and I was able to do that. Then I got the bus, and now I obviously have way more room in the bus. So ideally, I'm trying to be out in the middle of nature without having to go into town to restock on food, water, or any of that stuff for a month, a whole month. And so far, I think I got it figured out. And this new thing that I have on the bus contributed to me being able to do just that. Stay out here in nature for at least a month. Actually, for a whole entire month. So, with the Jeeps, I had an Iceco fridge. And my Iceco fridge that I had, it was one of the like cooler size ones. And I'm using that in the bus right now as a freezer. Because my little dog that I have, I get special food for her and I order the food. And the food has to be frozen. So I needed a lot of space as a freezer to freeze her food. And also to be able to freeze my meat and stuff like that so I can stay out here in the middle of nowhere for a month. So I've been using my Iceco fridge that I had in my Jeep as my freezer. Well, Iceco just came out with a new fridge. And this fridge was a game changer for me because now I absolutely can stay out here in the middle of nowhere for a month and be stocked up completely on food. All because of this new fridge that they sent me. Thank you, Iceco. And from my understanding, they had not released it in the United States yet. They had only released it in Canada and one other country. So I was the first person here in the United States for them to give me this fridge. I feel special. So, let's go see the fridge, and then I'll tell you a little bit about this fridge. This fridge is perfect. Perfect for campers, vans, school buses, skoolies, even an RV. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. But they made this fridge specifically for truck drivers. So it is a stand-up fridge too. Okay, let's just go see the fridge. I'm excited to show you guys. So right now, this is where I'm set up camp at with nobody around. In the middle of nowhere. Nearest grocery stores, nearest town is 30 minutes away. And let's go see the fridge. Everybody say hi to the little one. Say hello. Hi. Alright, so this is the Iceco fridge that I had in my Jeep. And that whole entire thing I'm using as a freezer right now. Because that fridge is a dual zone fridge. Meaning you can do one half a refrigerator and the other half a freezer. And then, dun dun dun, dun 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 dun, bam! There's that fridge. Look at that. A stand-up fridge. And then let's open it. Look at how much room is in that. Oh my goodness. And it does have a little freezer up here. But that's not big enough to hold everything that I want and need a freezer to hold. So that's why I still use that over there. That's just my freezer. But look at all the room that I have in here. It might be one of my favorite things on the bus right now. So, the Iceco fridge that I'm using as my freezer, Iceco actually gave me this fridge. And they gave me the new fridge too. Thank you, Iceco. But, just because it was given to me for free, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. You know, if there was anything wrong with these fridges or anything, I would be honest and tell you guys. But I've used Iceco almost since I've been on the road traveling, and I swear by this company. Absolutely swear by this company. My dreadlocks are going crazy. So, this one right here that I'm using as my freezer, I'll give you guys a little look in there. See how it's a dual zone. So this side over here I am using as a freezer, and this side over here I am using as a refrigerator, because we all know you don't want to overpack fridges, because if you overpack fridges they're not going to stay cool very well. So I do put like some of my salad stuff and extra stuff in the little refrigerator part over here. But this, you know, over here they have the temperature on the front, so it shows the temperature at all times. There's an EcoFlow thinking of my power station. There's an Eco mode and then a Max mode for the refrigerator. Eco mode saves power. And then the Max mode, what I've been doing with that is if I'm in really hot places, like I was just down in Quartzsite and it was really, really hot there. Obviously, you know, your refrigerator is going to be working really, really hard in hot temperatures. So in the hot temperatures, I will put it on Max mode during the day and then put it back over on Eco mode at night. But where I'm at right now, the temperature is in the 70s and it's perfect weather, so I don't really need to put it on Max. So it's on Eco mode the whole time. And I do have it sitting on the ground right now because I've been debating on whether I want to build a platform for it and sit on top of the platform. But I try to watch the weight inside this bus because of gas mileage. And I know that if I build a platform, it's going to add more weight. But look at how sleek it looks. This beautiful, beautiful matte black. And I've had the fridge for about a month now and have been completely impressed with it. That's why it's taken me so long to make a video about it, is because I wanted to make sure that I really tried it out for a whole entire month. This company was smart to make this right here. So smart. So let's go take a walk so you guys can see some of the scenery of where I'm set up camp at. And talk about this fridge. So it's built with a high performance compressor, and it's designed to be quiet. And it is pretty quiet, to be honest with you, because, you know, my bus, it's still a small little confined space because I have a short bus. So if it was really loud, it would disturb me when I'm sleeping. But one of the main things that I really like about that fridge is it's 12 volt. That's right, 12 volt. And if you're not familiar with like the 12 volt and the 110 plugs and everything, whenever you run something off of 12 volt, it draws lesser power than as a regular 110 plug. And living our lifestyle, we have to consume energy. So 12 volt plugs is what we hope for on things. So over the last month, I've been watching, look at this view. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. So over the last month, I have been watching the power consumption, how much power it's drawing. And like I said, when it's in eco mode, once it gets to that desired temperature, it stops pulling power. But when it needs to get to the temperature, it starts drawing power. And I noticed that it draws about 45 to 55 watts of power, which is great. Absolutely great. So it is energy efficient also. Oh, my friend just came back. I'm set up camp with a friend of mine. So before, I had a dorm style Black & Decker fridge in that bus. And the dorm style fridge drew more power because it was a regular plug. It was a 110. So it was drawing a little bit more power than my bigger fridge that I have. Game changer. So in the description of this video, I'm going to include the link. And I'm so sorry, guys, no discount on this one like the other Iceco fridge that I have. I will include 2 links. I'm going to include a link to where you can purchase this upright stand-up fridge. And then I'm also going to include the link to my other fridge that I'm using as a freezer, because if you're interested in that fridge, which also has a 12 volt plug, then if you click on the link, you get a discount for that fridge. But I really don't think they're doing discounts on this new fridge because, well, it is new. And like I said, they haven't even actually released it into the United States yet. I'm so special. Okay, I'm excited about that fridge. It definitely was a game changer for me. Most definitely. Now I can store more coffee creamer in there, vegetables, drinks, and be out here for a month. Because I'll be stocked up on food. Alright, so I'm going to end this video with me making some lunch. I'm going to make me some tuna salad and crackers. Got to boil my egg. But I'm not going to boil my egg while I'm talking to you guys because this is pretty loud. So, if you guys have a camper or a van or a school bus, or if you drive a truck, like a semi-truck, this fridge is definitely perfect for you. And if you're like me, where you want to try to stay off the grid in nature for as long as possible, then this fridge is perfect. Because you're able to stock up so much more food in this fridge. And even the freezer compartment is a decent sized freezer. It's bigger than those dorm style fridges. So yeah, it's a decent size. I mean, the only reason that I have to use this other fridge as my freezer is because, like I said, my little one gets food delivered and I have to freeze all her food, and it's a lot. And on top of my meat and everything that needs to be frozen. So, Iceco, you were smart. Very smart to make this fridge right here. Because I don't even know. I don't even think there's another fridge like this. I mean, I could be wrong. But I don't remember seeing a fridge like this. Because if I did, I would have wanted to purchase the fridge. And it really doesn't take up that much room either. And even if you have an RV and you want to get like a fridge for your bedroom or something like that, I mean, it's perfect size. It really is. I mean, perfect size. It's I didn't measure. I forgot to measure it. I should have been more prepared making this video, but I believe it's 15 inches wide. 15 inches wide. And then it is 33 and a half inches tall. And the depth of it is 22 inches. So yeah, it's perfect size. I was a little worried on how big it was going to be and if it was going to take up so much room in my bus, and honestly, it fit in here perfect. It really did. And there's three different vents. There's a vent on the back and then two on the sides for ventilation. And even when I was in the heat down in Quartzsite, where it was really hot, like in the 90s, thank God I'm not there no more, and the fridge was really having to work really hard, the temperature never got high on the fridge. Right now I have the setting on 34, as you guys saw, and I think down in Quartzsite it got up to 38 because it was really hot, and I don't have very good ventilation, and I don't have an AC on the bus when I'm sitting still. I have AC when I'm driving and the bus is turned on, but if I would have had an AC unit in here, the fridge would have worked fine there. So, it was my last step to be able to be off the grid, set up camp in the middle of nature for a whole entire month. This was the last thing that I needed. So once again, Iceco, you did not disappoint. I swear by their products. I really do. Their customer service, their products, like everything. Smart decision making this fridge. Highly suggest it. Till next time, guys.